Hey everybody, Bug Eater back with another video. So this week I'm taking you along on a hunt at a lost Nebraska Pawnee village dating back to 1750. So there were a ton of cool relics to be found, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I'm just showing the ground today because I'm out at the old Pawnee village today. Can't show the location, but I did just get my first find here. That is a piece of an arrowhead, so cool way to start the day. Let's see if we get something else. Well, this was 8788. Look at that big button right there. That is a huge flat button. Let's see what we got on it. Might just be a blank one. Is there anything on the face of this? Not that I can see. I'm going to need to clean this further off camera. It is very, very crusty, but look at that beautiful erect shank. We'll clean this up and see what we have. It looks to be late 17 to early 1800s, but I'll certainly take it. Well, here's the button all cleaned up. There is some sort of writing on it. I cannot make it out, but if I find an example or can read it, I will throw it up next to the button. But that is a super cool find. I will certainly take it. Probably early 1800s on this one, so let's see if we get something else. Well, here's a teeny tiny little bit of brass. It might look like a shank on the back, but that is actually a rifle tack. So this would have been a decorative brass piece put onto the side of a rifle just for show, but still a very cool piece of history. So let's see if we get something else. Well, I think I found the hot part of the field. Big chunk of iron. We got us a hide scraper. So the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Well, there's a piece of old green brass. That has some sort of shape to it. Interesting. It has a design on it, I think. Yeah, that is definitely a design on it. And this is going to be a decorative piece off of a musket, probably in the pattern of like a dragon or a snake or something like that. But I'm going to clean this up a little off camera and I'll loop you back in. So here's the decorative piece all cleaned up. It is a little bit broken up here, but it would have screwed there and been just a decorative piece on the side of a rifle. But that is a super cool find. Definitely early 1800s for sure. So let's see if we get something else. This might be the deepest signal I think I've ever dug. Just to give you a scale, that is my shovel. Yeah. Like, I reach down here, that is like about to my elbow. And there's a piece of iron down here. Look at that knife blade. That is incredible. Let's get this cleaned up just a bit. But wow, look at the condition of that. That looks like it just fell right out of probably a wood handle, but I'll certainly take it. So the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. I went way down deep for this one. This was a low 60s number on the dais too. Look at that. That is an incredible brass point. Possibly one of the nicest ones I have ever seen. Look at the color on that. That's incredible. There's one more look at it. Beautiful green color. Perfect cut. This was made from kettle brass most likely, but I will certainly take it. So let's see if we get something else. Well, way down deep again. I had to work for this one. We got some old horse tack, but definitely period for the site, so early 1800s. So let's see if we get something else. Well, this hit in the 70s. It's got a shank on it. Yeah, that's definitely an old flat button. Do we have a design on the front? I think we do. Oh, that is interesting. That says US on it. So this is some sort of very early military button. This is going to need some further cleaning off camera and I will loop you back in. So here is the button all cleaned up. This is gorgeous. This is going to be a general service cuff button. Date range on this is about 1820 to 1830. So much older than the state of Nebraska, but I will certainly take it. So let's see if we get something else. Well, here's another piece of old stuff down deep. That is some sort of buckle. It appears to be iron and not 100% sure on the age or purpose, but still a very cool find. Let's see if we get something else. So that's where I dug the buckle. Right over here, I had a low 70s signal. That's round, and I think that's a busted shank. That's definitely some sort of button. I think I see an eagle. Yes, that is an eagle, and I believe that's a D for Dragoon. So this is a bucket lister for me, my first ever Dragoon button. I'm going to clean this up a little off camera, and I'll loop you back in. Well, here it is all cleaned up. Definitely a bucket lister. That is a D for Dragoon. So this is Indian Wars era, 1840s to 1850s. And I've seen several of these pulled out of this site, and in 3 years hunting spot, I've never found one, but I will certainly take it. So let's see if we get something else. Well, here's another piece of old stuff. That is an iron tool. This is just a file, but a very cool piece of history. So let's see if we get something else. Well, I just dug these two back to back. There is nothing better sounding than a rivet. Get me every time. I always think they're a coin, but still old stuff. So let's see if we get something else. Well, here's one more piece of old stuff. This is definitely fired and definitely hit something, but it's just a smashed up musket ball, but old stuff. So let's see if we get something else. Well, this was down a ways, and would you look at that? That is another knife. This one's a little bit beat up. It's still a cool find. Let's see if we get something else. Hey everybody, Bug Eater back with another wrap up for my hunt with Ted at the old Pawnee Village site. So I want to start off by saying congrats to him on all of his awesome finds. Here's my take from the hunt. I got onto a piece of horse tack as well as a buckle, likely also off of horse tack. I also got onto a hide scraper, the tip to a knife blade. The complete tools were a file as well as 2 whole knife blades. The one on the bottom is incredibly well preserved. I got onto some smaller pieces here, including a couple rivets, a fired musket ball. This fancy piece of brass horse tack, it's a little bit mangled up. I also got onto a chunk of a rifle trigger, as well as a tack off of a rifle, and this is possibly a trade ring that's broken. Could just be a bent up piece of brass. Onto some of the cooler stuff, I got onto this decorative piece off of a rifle. It's got a dragon sticking its tongue out, it's broken. But I also got onto a beautiful brass point, probably the nicest one I have ever dug. I also got onto 3 buttons as well. This one's an 1840s era rich gold color civilian button. This one here is super cool. It's an 1820 to 1830 U.S. General Service cuff button. And then this one, the find of the hunt, is my first ever Indian Wars Dragoon button. I've been looking for one of these for years, and I finally got it. But that was my hunt, guys. Thanks again for coming along. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Bug Eater, signing out.